Hello everyone, welcome to Triaright. This is Pack 365. Myself, Sujit. In this session, we are going to learn how the method chaining is going to work in our OOPS concept. Because as of now, we are already completing our constructor chaining, how the constructor chaining will going to work by the help of our two methods that is called our superclass and second one called our class name. So now we are trying to understand what is method chaining. So guys, we are trying to take the same example that we are taking at the time of our constructor chaining, means the same app. Okay, if I'm trying to create a bank app, in the first version I want to give less features, in the version 2 I need to give more features, means based on the user requirement and the developer wants to develop the app more, at that time we are just try to build more features. So now we are try to understand what is method chaining. So guys, method chaining says that this is the process of calling the parent class method from child class method when parent class method is overridden with child class method, because previously we are only dealing with our properties, means the uncommon properties. So now we are trying to dealing with our method, because our oops only purely based on our class and object. So we know that object is a real world entity which describes state and behavior. We are already discussing how the property will going to work. Now we are trying to discuss how the method chaining will be going to happen. Means method is nothing but we are just try to create a function inside a class only. Okay. So now we are trying to dealing with that. Means the chaining also saying that we need minimum two classes. Okay, so here also we are trying to take two classes and we are trying to build. Suppose if I try to take the example as in the back version, I'm just trying to create a object method, because every time whenever we are trying to modify or access any object variable, we are trying to use the object method. Okay, so here also we are trying to use the object method. Okay, so the method chaining is also done by two ways. First one called our superclass and second one called our class name. Okay, so now we are trying to discuss fast the example, then only we are just trying to write all the theoretical point. Okay, so now we are coming to our VS Code. First we are trying to comment all the things that related to our chaining, or we can say that constructor chaining. So now we are just trying to dealing with our method chaining. Okay, so first I want to create class for my bank version 1. So here I am creating the class called our bank version 1, because here we are not passing any argument. That's why here I am not using my parenthesis. Okay, so first if I try to display any function, first we need our variable, or we can say that attribute. So how to create that particular thing? By the help of our constructor, because we are dealing with our uncommon property. Okay, so now we are trying to dealing with our constructor. So how to create a constructor? By the help of our double underscore init double underscore, and this constructor will take one mandatory argument that is called self. Now in the back version 1, I want to give only two variables. So here I am passing name and second one called our mobile number, or we can say that phone number. Okay, so here I am passing the same thing. So now after creating, every time the detail will be different for every user. So first we are trying to save all the things. So how to save? Self dot name, any variable name you are passing. So at that time in that particular variable, I'm just trying to say that whenever I'm just trying to create the object, because at the time of the creation of object, implicitly this constructor will be getting executed. Okay guys, so now here I'm just typing self dot phone number. Okay, so here I'm writing phone number equal to phone number. So now I just want to create a method, or we can say that object method. So guys, create a object method. We have to first using our def keyword followed by the function name, and object method will take in one mandatory argument that is called self to store the recent object address, because we don't know how many user can use that particular apps. That's why we are trying to use that self. So here I need to create a function. To create a function, we are trying to use the def keyword. So every time I just try to get the details. Okay, if I try to use the withdrawal also, it's okay. Okay, so because the details will be more easy to understand, that's why here I'm passing this detail. Okay, make sure that you need to pass yourself as your mandatory argument. If you are not passing, it will be gives you the error. Every time when I just call this method, every time it need to print that. So what it need to print that. So here in the f string we are just try to print. So the customer name, okay, the customer name is, so here I'm just writing self dot name. Okay, now here I need to write the phone number also. So I just want to copy and paste. Okay, so the customer phone number is, so here I need to write phone number is, here I need to write self dot phone number. Okay, so as of now, whenever our bank version 1 will be called, whenever we are trying to access this method, or we can say that detail method, only two variable will getting printed. Okay, now if I'm trying to create one more class, so now we are trying to use the method chain. So here we are writing class bank version 2. So here first we are trying to use the super class. Okay, then only we are just try to use the class name. So guys, we know that whenever we are trying to use our super class, the inheritance will be must mandatory. That's why here I need to inherit for my bank version 1, because the method chaining says that this is the process of calling parent class method. Means we are just try to calling this method from my child class. Okay, from this child class, if I'm try to call this one, this is called our chaining. So now I'm just trying to declare more variable, because without declaring the variable, we cannot access that particular thing. So here also we are just try to use this constructor. So double underscore init double underscore. So guys, if I try to write that, it will be automatically take that. Okay. But here I need to add two more extra thing. So here I need to pass Aadhaar, and here I need to pass my PAN. Okay. So now here we are just try to use our super class. So here I am passing super. We know that if you are trying to use your super, you don't need to pass yourself, because by the help of this inheritance, it directly come to your parent class. That's why. So here we are just try to mention the previous two value, means the name and phone number. Now after we are try to chaining, now we are try to initialize the both value, means the Aadhaar and PAN. So now we are just try to initialize both the things. So how to initialize? So self dot Aadhaar equal to Aadhaar, and the next one called our self dot PAN equal to PAN. Okay, so now we are just try to use the same details also by the help of our superclass, because here we are using the method chaining, because as of now we are dealing with our constructor chaining. Okay, now we are trying to use the method chaining. So here also first you need to create a method called our details. So this detail will take one mandatory argument, that is called self. Okay, so after that here we are just try to use the superclass. This superclass will be taking that superclass dot the method name. So here my method name will be called our details. So here we are just try to write the details. So in the form of our parenthesis. Okay. Now after getting the details, now just I need to printing the rest new two variable. Okay. So I just want to copy. So here I need to paste. Okay. So yeah, now I just want to print the rest two things. So here I need to print the customer Aadhaar number and the customer PAN number. Okay. So the customer Aadhaar number is, I need to display self dot Aadhaar. Okay. Now I need to print the PAN number. Okay. So the customer PAN number is, PAN number is self dot PAN. Okay. So this is, as of now, we are just trying to use this one. After that only we are just try to use our class name. Okay, now after creating this class, now we are just try to create object. If you are not creating object, then you cannot access anything from our class. So now to use that particular thing, so now we are trying to create for our updated bank version. So now my updated bank version will be bank version 2. Now here I need to pass the variable such Sujit, because here we are trying to pass all the value: name, phone number, Aadhaar and PAN. Okay, so name, then I need to provide the phone number, then here I need to provide your Aadhaar number, then here I need to provide your PAN number. Okay, so now I just want to print that particular thing. So now if I'm trying to run this one, it's only creating in our memory, because we are not calling any function, or we cannot access anything, so it will be not printing. So now my requirement will be, I want to know the details of that. So here we are just try to use that particular thing. So now if I try to use the class reference also, it's okay. Okay, so first we are try to use by the help of our object reference, then only we are try to dealing with our class reference also. Now if I'm trying to run this one, so guys just see, the customer name is Sujit, the customer phone number is 98, then the Aadhaar number will be 8291, and for the customer PAN number. So now if I try to change every time the name the customer will be, you can change here. Okay, because first we are try to print. So here if I try to change here, I need to print every time for a better functionality only. So here I need to print self.name. So every time in the place of our customer, I need to print the name. So here now if I try to run this one, so here it will be for your better features only. Okay, so the customer name is Sujit, the Sujit phone number is that, the Sujit Aadhaar number is that, and the Sujit PAN number is that. So guys, but in the bank version 2, we have only the details of Aadhaar and PAN, but here we are using the super class. By the help of this super, it will be directly come to our parent class. So my parent class will be bank version 1. So by the help of this detail, it will be getting all the value, because here we are trying to access that particular things. Okay, the name and phone number. So now we are trying to write the next one called our how the class name will going to work, because we are trying to use the super class. Okay, so now we are trying to use the class name. So we are trying to create one more class that is called our class bank version 3. So here we are trying to create class bank version 3. So here we are don't need to inherit. So that's why here I am directly writing class bank version 3. So first here my requirement will be, I want to add my balance as well as the account number. So first I need to initialize. Okay, without initialize it not possible. So here I'm trying to initialize. So every time here it will be taking one mandatory argument that is called self. So here I need to pass name, then here I need to pass your phone number. Okay, means based on already predefined, we are trying to update that. Then your Aadhaar, then your PAN. Here we are trying to new one that is called our balance and your account number. Okay, so now we are just try to first we are trying to get all the rest variable. Okay, means the name, phone number and Aadhaar number. So how to do that? We are using our class name. Okay, class name constructor. So first we are trying to use the class name constructor. So first we are trying to use the parent class. For the bank version 3, my parent class will be bank version 2. So here we are just trying to bank version 2 dot double underscore init double underscore, and here make sure that you need to pass yourself, because in the super class you don't need to pass self, but in your class name you make sure that you need to pass. So here I need to pass all the things, means the PAN number, name, phone number, all of this. So now I need to first we can get that, then only we are just try to adding the new to value. So here we are just try to write self dot balance equal to balance, and the next one called our self dot account number equal to account number. So now we are just try to get the details. So now I just want to update this two value, means the balance as well as the account number. So by the help of our class name. Okay, so here we are just try to create the object method. Okay, so here we are just try to write def the details. Okay, make sure that every time you are just try to pass this same method name only. Okay, so here it will be taking one mandatory argument, that is called our self. So now here we are just try to use our class name. So first you need to provide your bank version 2 dot details. Okay, now here you need to pass yourself. Okay, because in the previously we are not passing the self because we are trying to use the inheritance, but here we are just try to use that self because without self we cannot get that. That's why here I need to pass that self. After getting that, I just want to add the new to one called our balance and the account number. So here I just want to print the new thing. So here I need to print the customer. So as of now, my customer will be self dot, okay. So self dot name. Here I need to update balance is, so here I need to write self dot balance. Okay. So now the next one will be, I need to write for the account number also. So guys, just the name where the account number is, okay, account number. Okay, then we are just trying to create that particular thing. So as of now, we are already using the class name. So now my requirement will be, I just want to call this method from my bank version 3, because every time we are just trying to create the object for our recent class. Okay, so my recent class will be called our bank version 3. So now I need to pass all the values. So my name will be Sujit. Then here I need to pass the phone number. Then I need to pass the Aadhaar number. Then I need to pass the PAN number. Then here I need to pass the amount 20,000. Okay, then here I need to pass the account number. Okay, so here I am passing the account number. So as of now, I just want to run this one. Is there any error or not? So guys, just see here it will be gives me that error because I need to display that. That's why here I need to run that. So here it will be displaying the bank version. Okay, so here the line number 164. So here we are using the bank version 2. Okay, dot double underscore init self dot name phone number and the Aadhaar number. Why it will be getting that error? Now we are trying to understand. So here it will be saying that whenever you are trying to use your super class, okay, we are already writing that particular things, guys, right? The name and all. Okay, so here whenever you are trying to write your super class, we are already right. Whenever we are trying to use both the things at that time, it will be getting error. That's why I just want to display. So at that time, we are just trying to comment this one. So now we are just trying to use the bank version 1 everywhere. Okay. So now we are just trying to remove the extra thing, means the Aadhaar and PAN number. Okay. So here also I need to remove the both the thing. Okay. So now I just want to run that. Okay. If at that time only, if you are using all the things, it will be gives you the error. Okay, so here we are just try to remove the extra two thing also. Okay, so now I just want to run this one. Okay, so guys, just see, because I need to display what is the demerit of that if I try to use at that time your super class as well as the we can say that class name, because your class name will be different to our super class. That's why I need to display. Okay, now I just want to call this method. Okay, so how to do that? By the help of our class name here. So here we are trying to use the class name. So bank version 3. Okay, bank version 3 dot the method name called details. Now here you need to pass your object reference. So my object reference will be object 1. So now if I just try to write, it will be displaying the name, phone number, the balance and the account number. So guys, just see here it will be displaying that particular, the customer name will be Sujit, then the customer phone number will be that, and for that particular balance and the account number it will be displaying. Okay, so this is, so here you need to provide the account number. Okay, so guys, just see, it will be displaying all the details. Okay, so make sure that you need to understand the control flow. Every time you need to understand the difference between our class method and our super class. Okay, so that's all about our method chaining that's available in Python. So now we are just try to write the theoretical part. So guys, if you have any doubt in the chaining concept, I'll suggest you need to rewatch that particular video. Still, if you have any doubt, you can directly contact to our Triaright. Okay, so now we are just try to write the method chaining theoretical part. So method chaining says that this is the process of, okay, so this is the process of calling, this is the process of calling the parent class method, okay, parent class method from child class method. Okay, when parent class method is overridden, okay, overridden with the child class, okay, so here I need to write child class method. Okay, so to occupy, or we can say that method chaining is done with two ways. Okay, so the next point, method chaining is done in two ways. The first one called our class name. Okay, so for the syntax will be, first you need to provide your class name. Here you need to provide the method name. Okay, and make sure that whenever you are trying to displaying your method name, every time whenever you use your class name, you need to provide this cell, and the second method will be our super class. Okay, so for this super class we have the syntax. Okay, super class syntax will be, you need to first write the super class method, then here you need to provide your method name. Okay, so this is all about our chaining and our inheritance. Okay, so that's all for this session. In the upcoming session, we are trying to discuss our third pillars of our OOPS, that is called our polymorphism. So till now, thanks for watching. Try right.